By the way, my name is Versatile, aka Alkebulan Trust. The name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. Such as we're going to react to, is the Africa Cup of Nations a major tournament? Now, in fact, I need to double check if this is actually working as well. So making sure. Get me? Because you need to understand, yeah, there are genuine levels to this situation, yeah. Because it's such a shame that, in fact, let's get into it right now. I've got it prepared, up and ready. Yeah, it's just so ironic that yesterday I was reacting to, is Mo Salah like the best African player in the world? Initially, it was supposed to be, is it the best Premier League African player in the Premier League, or whatever. That's what it was supposed to be. So I might do a separate one on that and just do it based on that. But as far as that, and I wasn't even throwing no insults. And I did say, in fact, I did reference the African Cup of Nations. And I did mention that he hasn't won it. He's been runners-up twice. Yeah, twice. And then on top of that, I said, well, let me see if he's at least won the African Player of the Year. At least that. The bare minimum. Because you can't call yourself, or he doesn't call himself that, because he's a very humble individual. But you can't call him the greatest African player of all time, or you know what I mean? If he hasn't at least won the African Player of the Year. And I'm just saying that respectfully, do you know what I mean? Because Mo Salah is one of my favorite players. Do you know what I mean? I just wish he stayed at Chelsea, but that's another story. All right? But let's hear what they're going to say. By the way, this is on Sky Sports, and I'm going to tell you something after this. We're going to listen to this first, and then we will get into it a lot more deeper. Yeah.
I think the fact he's probably with Egypt and he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such, or maybe got a great chance to win. I think it's either the Champions League or the major tournament. Normally, the player who excels in that. You know, you're looking at sort of Vinny Jr. and Mbappe right now. Real Madrid looking really good, going for the Champions League.
I don't know if you can hear that. So we're going to turn on the subtitles, right, as well. And I'm going to just try and swing it up a little bit more. Like that. You know, you need to hear this. You know what I mean? You need to hear this. All right.
I think the fact he's probably with Egypt and he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such, or maybe got a great chance to win. I think it's either the Champions League or the major tournament. Normally, the player who excels in that. You know, you're looking at sort of Vinny Jr. and Mbappe right now. Real Madrid looking really good, going for the Champions League. Liverpool will be in that conversation, but right now he's certainly the front runner. And what you've just said there in terms of getting maybe more trophies and league titles, that could actually put him above probably Kenny Leggers and Steven Gerrard in sort of where he ranks in terms of Liverpool legends, because I think right now he's right on their shoulders.
I say AFCON is a major tournament because a lot of people are a bit saying people not taking that. So AFCON is a major tournament, just so you know.
No, Egypt haven't won the World Cup, have they?
No, but AFCON is big, wasn't it? Remember when him and Mane was going for it? And I'm just saying AFCON.
It's a fact. It's a fact. If you're in the Euros or you're in the Copa America, it's deemed to be big, so the AFCON's in the same level.
Well, I hope he's got a big mantelpiece because he might be adding the Premier League title to who knows.
So shout out to Micah Richards and shout out to another former Chelsea player, Daniel Sturridge. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, for real. Listen, like it's true. Like imagine this here. Imagine if they weren't on the panel. Just imagine if they weren't on the panel. Was Roy Keane going to say anything? I very much doubt it. Even though he's a very outspoken individual, I very much doubt it. And I don't know who this guy is, I'll be honest. So I don't really watch live sports like that. That's what I call them, live sports. You know what I mean? Not Sky Sports. Get me? About Sky. Get me? Live sports. That's what we're going to call them. All right? Hashtag it in the comment section below. Live sports. Nah, because the truth of the matter is, it's like, and you can't even, the problem with this particular situation is you can't go and say he's never played in a major tournament and then you try to belittle it in a sense that because he's not going to win a major tournament, do you know what I mean? Or like you're thinking he's not going to win a major tournament because of his national side, and you're saying that's going to hinder him from winning Ballon'Dor. That's not how it works. And it's interesting because I definitely remember when reacting to the Ballon'Dor winner and it being Rodri, I did say something along the lines of, do you know what I mean? I said, well, to be fair, he's won the Euros. He's done this, he's done that. And that's what was my fault. Euros only because that's a international tournament and this, that, and the third, right? And obviously winning at club level. I always thought if it equals to international and club level in the same year or within that 12-month time, that they deserve to be at least in the top 5 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They deserve to be in the top 5. Yeah? Vinicius Jr., like, as much as I would have liked him to win, I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't win Copa America. He didn't. Messi didn't even, he was, I don't want to say banned, but he wasn't allowed to be nominated for that award because he's been winning it so much. But guess what? He's also winning Copa America the same year he won Copa America. So, you can even argue and say, what about, let's think of another person that could have won it. You know what I mean? At club level, I can't even think of it. Club level and international level, that's that, right? If Brazil won the Copa America, then you could be if Brazil won. So I just seen something on TV just now, and it just kind of threw me off a little. We'll talk about it. We'll literally talk about it. Or I just throw a look. Yeah. But yeah, had Brazil won, then Vinicius Jr., I would have said, yeah, he should have won that. He should have won. All right. Now that aside, if I'm trying to think of an African club, and even with African clubs as well, or African player, and I'm talking about different countries from different leagues and lots of there. I'm just trying to think. Okay, in terms of goalkeeper, Ronwin Williams, he rightfully won. You know what I mean? And it's good that he won it because he won, I think, goalkeeper of the year. Also mainly because of was it goalkeeper of the year? I can't remember now. Yeah, goalkeeper of the year, but he wasn't in the team of the year, which is kind of strange. But you see what I'm gonna say? I'm just looking at it from that perspective where there's certain individuals that are highlighted as that. Do you know what I mean? In fact, there's more that I want to react to, yeah. But listen, we're gonna go. We're gonna keep it moving, yeah. Look, so in fact, there's something else that I wanted to react to, but we will get into this. So, after 300 days of the most major of all tournaments, get me? They had to post this. They had to. So now I can retweet that. You know what I'm saying? I had to. They had to say that. Who else is there? Don't worry about the Wu-Tang thing. So look at this. Major tournament. That's that tweet. Hashtag Total Energies AFCON. Yeah? If it wasn't major, would there be a sponsor? If it wasn't a major tournament, would there be a sponsor like Total Energies, which is an energy company or gas company, whatever way you want to put it? You know what I mean? And this is bigger than. I don't want to make it just about Mo Salah or Egypt, but we will kind of round it up and let most people understand that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not just Jamie Carragher that has been belittling the Africa Cup of Nations. It just happens so far that this year it happens to be Jamie Carragher, who was a former Liverpool player, who wants Mo Salah to extend his contract. He wants Mo Salah to extend his contract. So you want him to do well for the club he used to play for, but you don't want him to do well for his national side, which, by the way, he's the captain for. Now, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Has Jamie Carragher ever reached the semi-finals? In fact, forget that. Has he ever reached a finals in a major tournament with England? Has he? Has he even captain? Has he actually become a captain within that? Has he been a cap? Listen, Jamie Carragher was an awful defender. Like, in fact, let me not do that. Let me not do that. Let me not disrespect he's playing career in regards to that. Let's just focus on the simple fact that this is because it's bigger than just Jamie Carragher saying it. You know what I mean? Because there's other people that have said it before. That have been belittling the tournament. Like, how are you belittling the tournament? Do you understand? Like, how? Like, look how much people have got. And it's not even just that. Even in the previous Africa Cup of Nations, the FIFA president, yeah, the FIFA president, we may loathe that guy, yeah, because he's putting on more games that's causing more injuries to players. But at the end of the day, yeah, obviously for money and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't such a major tournament, would he be showing up? Would he be showing up to a final? No, he wouldn't. I'm pretty sure of it. Anyone who doesn't, like, think about it. If you don't think something is big enough, you're not really going to watch it or participate in it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, so this is what I wanted to also react to as well. Rio Ferdinand, AFCON needs more respect. It matters, and federation need to do more to highlight this. Ask the likes of Mo Salah, Didier Drogba, Yaya Toure, Yaya Toure, Yaya Toure, Colo, 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 Toure, and Abdi Pele, and Samuel Eto'o, what it means. So yeah, let's hear what Rio Ferdinand's got to say. And let's hear what Joel Bear's got to say as well. Shout out to Joel Bear as well, man. Get me? AKA Wheeze. We ain't forgotten, bro. We ain't forgotten. Get me? Gypset days and that. Let's go. Anyway.
That comment is representative of the majority of people out there. Would say that. I don't think that's right. I think that's an ignorant kind of thought process because...
Do you hear what he said? That comment represents the thought process of many people. I don't even think that's true. But as much as I'm saying that, maybe he could be right. But because I am saying he's not the only one. But the reality is, why do people think that? It's because that notion is being put out there like that. Because of the words people are saying. And it doesn't matter how many times someone like Rio Ferdinand or Ian Wright, all these people want to talk about it. The reality is, I'll be completely real with you, yeah. They can chat, they can talk all this positive stuff, which is nice. They can defend and protect the Africa Cup of Nations, which is nice, yeah. But the reality is, they still went and played for England. So this is why I believe they don't respect what they got to say. If it's coming from Didier Drogba, oh, it's a different story. If it's coming from someone like Samuel Eto'o, it's a different story. If it's coming from George Weah, it's a different story. Do you understand? That's how it works. People are going to respect those it's a weird one because people are going to respect those who can appreciate it if you're from that, if that makes sense. Instead of being like, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like, leave your answer in the comments below. Who are you more likely to have more? Like, let's say if you were in like Jamie Carragher, let's just say you're like Jamie Carragher. I know you're not, but like, let's imagine if you're Jamie Carragher or someone like him that has that thought towards Africa Cup of Nations, and someone like Jamie Carragher played in England team set up with Rio Ferdinand. So I don't think he's done with Ian Wright. I'm not too sure. I doubt that. I can't remember. But either way, if those guys were to speak, even though they're being your former teammates and your colleagues, because sometimes they do punditry with them, are you going to respect what they say? Leave your answer in the comments below. Because personally, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. Because I'm like, the immediate thing that comes to mind is, yeah, but you played for England though. That's the immediate thought process. It doesn't matter what they say. You played for England. So it's all good you defending, but you still played for England. But let's hear what you got to say though.
The African Nations Cup, if you go to Didier Drogba, Abidi Pele, over there, Samuel Eto'o, down to the
All these
players
guys.
now, Mahrez, Mo Salah, Mane now,
Yeah.
they'll tell you this is that we have to win this. It's
Huge.
a demand in their countries
Yeah.
to win this. Yes, it doesn't get back to resources wise like Euros, etc. But doesn't that mean that you have to devalue it? It's a
Okay, so here's a conversation and a solution to this problem. If you're saying it doesn't get back resources wise, then that's down to FIFA. Am I right? That's down to the FIFA president. Shouldn't he not find a way to that's why I'm for this club World Cup, the way they formatted it now for the end of this year. Like I'm all for that because it highlights those teams from those nations, and then what happens is more people will look at those teams and they'll be like, oh, they may want to support that team, and then you know what I mean? It's like a grassroots effect. It may take time. I don't know how long it will take, but it will. Do you know what I mean? Because you never know. I don't explain it. You never know. A billionaire from that country, that's basically probably made billions from a different country, decided, you know what? Let me invest in this team and support this club, help them continue to grow and all that stuff. Do you see the point I'm trying to make? That's just at club level. Now, on an international level, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, well, maybe if you're that passionate, but like it does take time, and I get it. Sometimes if you invest money, you want that money back. That makes more sense. But let's see what else this Rio Ferdinand's got to say. But I do feel like, again, it's up to this. This is where it gets a bit tricky. How money going to come from to fund the resources that are needed? Because this isn't in such a this ain't the first time I've heard this. This is in regards to for example, in Jamaica, I believe it's I want to get this right. There was someone. Well, I don't want to spend too much on this subject, so I'm gonna try and keep it to a minimum. But I feel like with this particular situation, I feel like it's a case of who is it? Was it Leon Bailey? Oh, it was someone. I don't want to get the name wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't even want to try and research it too tough, but like it's a case of, let me just put this on thing. Like the thing is, it's a case of, give me a second, man, I can't multitask. It's just a case of you can't put yourself in a situation where you're speaking to mainstream media that is for the Western world for the most part and talk about these type of things unless they're the ones that are going to help you. That's how I'm going to put it. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep it moving. And look, still Steve Warnock is Jamaican manager as well for the national side. Let's go.
It's a continent of huge power, a
Facts.
continent that contributes to European football through players
Facts.
immensely, massively. Like
Facts.
the amount of players that are representing football clubs in Europe and winning things from the African continent is like
crazy.
You know, it's a ridiculous number of players. So it should be respected more than it is.
Yeah.
But what I would say is because of the lack of resources that are put into it. And listen, we've had some African players that come out and have actually canned it for the lack of resources and hotel rooms and what goes
flight
on,
issues
flight issues, etc. So then obviously the narrative then from the media becomes, it's like it's a Mickey Mouse tournament, but it ain't. I understand what Jamie's saying, but I don't agree with it. But
First of all, Rio, you're a brother from South London, so I'm gonna give you some respect. However, get me, that's from the arm and that. Get me SE15 and that. You know what I mean? But no, look, the truth is, how can you understand? That's where you went wrong. Because now you're I don't know what the word is, but now you're making it seem like it's okay to say, because you're saying, and this is why ism. I'm not gonna say the full word because there's certain trigger words, but like this is why that exists within, especially within football, because certain things seemed like they are allowed. When you nip it out when you nip it out, what's the word is? When you nip it in the bud, do you know what I mean? Like he's a defender, like was known as one of Manchester United's great defenders there. I guess he's trying to defend Jamie Carragher. Or what are you doing here? They're a defender, and he was a captain as well. Ironically, he was captain for England at one point. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. What are you doing? Are you defending the African Cup of Nations, or are you defending Jamie Carragher? It's one or the other. Pick a side and stick to that side. This is why I said earlier that with certain players that used to play for England and they are, quote, obviously, I don't know, certain players that played for England that could play for other nations, that could have played for other nations, you know what I mean, down to their roots or whatever, you can't put yourself in a position like this and say, I understand. You understand what you're saying, but you don't agree. It's either you don't agree and you don't understand, because what is there to understand? You're justifying these words by saying because of this and that. No, Jamie Carragher didn't even say those words. Now you're putting words into his mouth and other people's mouths for them to continue to belittle the Africa Cup of Nations. That's how that works. I don't think people understand the power of the tongue. I don't think people understand the power of the tongue. Yeah? When you say certain things, certain people will believe it. Do you know what I mean? Just because you're saying, oh, because they've been saying this and they've been saying that. No, let's talk about the specific situation, is what Jamie Carragher said. Focus on that. Why did he say that? He was trying to associate it with Ballon'Dor. So now you've got to look at, okay, which African player has actually won Ballon'Dor, and did they play? Which national side did they play for? That should be the question. That should be the question. That should be the question. But let's continue.
I understand that is the majority's fault, if we're honest, and it's not right. But a majority of people out there do think that about the African nation stuff. But I think that the federations like FIFA need to make sure that they implement a way of thinking and language around the African nations that
support it more.
See how we're talking about language just now? The power of the tongue. Rio Ferdinand has a platform, yeah? And I'm grateful for his platform because it allows Joe Obeya, you know what I mean, to also talk as well. But I need Joe Obeya to say something as well, yeah? Because, yeah, me, I don't know if he wants me to talk about it, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to mention that, you know what I mean? But if he wants to talk about it, he can. But the reality is, the harsh reality is, you can't go on the platform. Well, he has done it, but he's gone on his platform and now gave excuses to why people think the way they think and say the majority think this way. And now you're trying to say FIFA need to do this and FIFA need to do that. No, that's not how it works. FIFA need to invest into promoting and highlighting the African Cup of Nations? Yes. I do believe they need to do that a lot more. I mean, I don't know how they will go about it, I'll be honest with you. But the reality is, you cannot put yourself in a position and say what you just said. I don't care. I don't care. Like I said, I respect him and all that. Get me, great defender in his day. Get me, great, like, captain in his day. You know what I mean? But also, the other thing I have to mention, I'm not just because he's from South London, and I'm not even a Man United fan either, nor was I a Leeds United fan. But do you know what I mean? I give respect where respect is due, especially when, you know what I mean? I have to give them, I don't even want to say flowers, do you know what I mean? Let me give him his grass, you know what I mean? Grass or boots. And boots sounds wild. No, did it? But nah, for real though, I feel like Rio Ferdinand, it's like he's saying something without saying something. And I get it, yes, he's trying to highlight a solution, but I feel like that's why you should have started off in the first place, not the way he just did this. I'll be real. Anyway, let's go.
That actually equals the Euros and the Copa America.
Agreed.
I think that's the point.
You know?
What Jamie was trying to say as well, where again I think he's right in what he's saying, because that is what happens. If Mo Salah won the African Nations Cup, that would have no bearing on anyone's voting.
Which is wrong.
When they vote for the Ballon'Dor, which is absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
So the question becomes, who is doing the voting? And if you look at the past, 10 years, if that, the majority has been Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, Messi. Okay, the last one was Rodri. But, so what are we saying? And it's not like Ballon'Dor don't highlight African players or anything like that. Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's not like they don't highlight them. It's not like they don't highlight the African clubs either, because they do. And in terms of Ballon'Dor. So I don't know how the voting system works for Ballon'Dor, but I got my reaction video to Ballon'Dor as well. I don't know if it's on this channel or the other one, but I think it's probably on this channel. I can't remember these days. It's probably on this channel. But let's just keep it moving, because I feel like I've been on this a bit way too much. I want to at least give this 10 more minutes and we move on.
Was saying that one of the parts of what his argument was, if Mane, he finished second, I think it's 2022.
Yeah.
That has no bearing on anyone's vote. I don't think anyone, when they're voting, the captains and the media and the managers, I don't think they go, oh, before I just make a judgment on who is a top three, where did Mo Salah finish in the African nations?
It's true.
I don't think anyone asked that question. And that's wrong. That's where it needs to be changed.
So another question becomes is, who are the judges when it comes to voting for the Ballon'Dor? Question them then. See, this is the thing. And this is the thing. I'm trying to make Ballon'Dor. I'm not saying the Ballon'Dor is not a prestigious award, because yeah, it is cool, whatever. But the reality is, most players, like genuine footballers that care about the sport, want to win team trophies. You get what I'm trying to say? They want to win team trophies. Like, having an individual award is nice and that, but they want to win team trophies. Like Mo Salah even said, we need another league title. That's the mentality. It's not the case of, I want to win Golden Boot. I want to have the most assists. You know what I mean? I want to be the top scorer in history when it comes to the Premier League. That's not even his thought process. It's literally, we need to win another league title. And I'm sure that's the same thing with Egypt. We're going to get into that in a minute, yeah? But like, in terms of Egypt, yeah? And the Africa Cup of Nations. But we had to go through this at the start. I've gone over this like a bit too longer than I should have, but we just keep it moving. Let's go.
I think that's where, again, the language, where media, where FIFA need to start really punching that home, that the African nations has to be taken as serious as the Copa America and the Euros. That comment.
Now, see, this is the problem. I don't even think Copa America is taken seriously as well. If I'm going to be completely real with you, do you know why? I don't see that getting promoted enough. Then again, I don't really see the Euros getting promoted as much. But either way, yeah. As far as when it comes down to when the tournament is played, like I remember, yeah, the previous Africa Cup of Nations, which Cote d'Ivoire won, which Salah also played in, but he was injured for most of it. So his team, unfortunately, didn't qualify to the other rounds and stuff like that. But that is what it is. And that just shows you the importance of a player that he is. And that team is amazing. Morocco's amazing. Algeria's amazing. So when you see them teams go out, it's like, huh? Especially at group stage. This is how great the Africa Cup of Nations just continues to get. I feel like people were saying it. It's like one of the best African Cup of Nation tournaments. And even when the Euros came, they're like, nah, we missed the African Cup of Nations. This is boring. And I'm not even just saying that because I'm African or anything like that. I'm not just saying that. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing, right? So I'm like, okay, let's look at the fact that people just want to see great entertainment. Even the VAR, I believe someone else said it in one of these channels. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is Sky Sports, basically, the way that they were doing this, in terms of showing the games, they wasn't showing it properly. Yeah, live sports was not showing it properly. That's a fact. That is a fact. In fact, yeah, if you think I'm lying, watch this. Sky. Hold on. If you think I'm lying, look, my comment comes up first. Do you think I would do you think I would purposely do that? And like, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. I said hashtag Sky Sports 100% don't rate African Cup of Nations or AFCON 2023, but we move. That's what I said. That's what I said. January the 15th, 2024. Yeah? That is amazing. And guess where that quote came from Jamie Carragher? That was on Sky Sports platform. Or should I say live sports? Yeah? All right. Look. You're not going to see a great, like, you're not seeing this in the Euros. I'm telling you, you're not seeing this in the World Cup either. Ron Williams saves South Africa take third spot at AFCON. And this was one of the reasons, and the irony is here, this was one of the reasons why he won a Ballon'Dor in terms of the goalkeeper of the year. That's one of the reasons why. So what is Rio Ferdinand talking about? Yeah, listen. In fact, we might even get into that. See, look, James guys for our weekly AFCON catch up. Should AFCON teams have more power over their players' health than clubs? Explaining Mo Salah's dicey relationship with Egyptian fans and his legacy. AFCON 2023 players headed for the Premier League. So I'm going to talk about that as well. I'm telling you that I want to be careful showing these pages, showing this as well. So let's see what people are saying. So look, very disappointed with Sky Sports. You dedicated 4 channels to Soccer Saturday, but could not spare 1 channel to start the AFCON quarterfinals between Mali and Ivory Coast. From kickoff, why bother? AFCON 2023. You know what I mean? You want to go for 1 more? Let's go for 2 more. So look, let me enjoy my country celebrate on the pitch. Because as soon as the game is over, when they can watch it, As soon as the game is over, they cut off. But when it's another tournament, they just carry on and they have this commentary and they're talking about certain players that has got nothing to do with, you know what I mean, the tournament. Like, miss me with that, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think what else I do. All right, so that's that, right? Now we're just gonna focus on, all right, so AFCON 2023 Premier League players, right? I want to show you something. I want to show you something, and then we're gonna talk about. In fact, let's go to this one. 4 of the Premier League players competing at the AFCON 2023. Because what I need you to understand when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, yeah, like I need to do this in segments as well. So, by the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust Reacts. We can trust when it comes to all things Africa Cup. My name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan Trust. The name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions, such as I'm gonna react to the full list of Premier League players from the African Cup of Nations 2023, just to segue on from the whole situation regarding Jamie Carragher's, insulting comment towards the African Cup of Nations. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this particular situation up, by the way, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, but the reason why I'm bringing this particular situation up is because the reality is there's going to be a lot of African players that played for Premier League clubs. I'm not even going to talk about other clubs, like other leagues, so we're going to just strictly focus on the Premier League for now, right? So I'm pretty sure they got the full list. All right. So Arsenal had Mohamed El-Ney. I'm butchering his name, El-Ney, and he clearly plays for North African side. Arsenal have already had to deal with both Mohamed and Thomas Partey leaving for AFCON previously and must do without the later ones again with the tournament rolls around 2024. Partey, on the other hand, has been ruled out of the competition through an injury that has seen him miss the majority of Arsenal's campaign. Okay, yeah, we don't care about that. So guess who he plays for? Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Egypt. All right. Aston Villa had to deal with Bertrand Traore. Wait, is that what he plays for? Aston Villa? I didn't know. Yeah, mate. Shout out to Bertrand Traore, a former Chelsea player. Burkina Faso. All right. So Bournemouth had two players. So Semenyo and Ouattara, or Daniel Antatoa, should I say? One is Burkina Faso, the other is Ghana. Brentford have 2. Now they're going to have 3, which is good. You got Wessa and Onyeka. Onyeka played Nigeria and Wessa Congo. Yeah. Yeah, see? Let's keep it correct. DRC. You know what I mean? All right. So look how Adingra eventually. I have nightmares about this. Okay, so much so they're not showing the picture of him. Good. He gives me nightmares. I'm not playing. I'm playing. If you're Nigerian, you understand why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? You understand why I'm saying that. He's a good player, man. He's a fantastic player. Like he helped Cote d'Ivoire win the Africa Cup of Nations. So you know what I mean? Then there's Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson. Yeah. For Senegal, Jordan Ayew for Ghana. Who else is there? Gaye was Idrissa Gaye. If I mispronounce their name, I was born and raised in London. All right, all right. So he played for Senegal. Then Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey and Bala Traore. Calvin Bassey and Alex Iwobi, Nigeria. You know what I mean? I'm gonna guess Traore is probably. I want to take a wild guess. It's definitely a West Africa country. Let's think. Ivory Coast. Oh, Senegal. My instinct is telling me Senegal, but I'm thinking it can't be. But anyway, The reason why I thought Ivory Coast is because of Yara Toure and Kolo Toure, but yeah. Anyway, and then obviously Mohamed Salah, the guy we were talking about in the previous segment. Yeah, Liverpool, but it's arguably the most important one. So look, watch this. Liverpool will only have one player missing due to Africa Cup of Nations, but it's arguably their most important one. Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian international, will be hoping to fire his country to success in the competition. But while he looks to do that, Jurgen Klopp will once again need to cope without him. One thing the Reds favour in the sheer amount of options is the manager's disposal. Is the number high for it? Anyway, yeah, forget all that. All right. So Liverpool, of course, already had to deal with both Salah and Sadio Mane previously heading off to AFCON. So this is actually nothing new. And if there's one manager who can deal with it and keep the Reds winning machine ticking over, it's Klopp. Salah's been in fine form, always even breaking top 10 Premier League goal scorers of all time. You know. Now here's the thing. Funny talking about Salah like that, and we're fast forwarding a few years later, and here we are. Or technically it's a year later, but we move. So like the thing is, yeah, Klopp actually had something negative to say about the African Cup of Nations. Did you know that? Like I caught it. If I should have stayed on Twitter and I could have showed you it. Oh, it's fine though. It's fine. It's fine. But anyway, let's keep moving. Luton. So it's our Kabori, which is why Sadio Mane ended up leaving. One of the main reasons why I left. Burkina Faso, okay, Andre Onana and Sofan Amrabat. Let me see, Cameroon and I believe Egypt as well. Oh, Morocco. Okay. Nottingham Forest. So, oh no, now it makes sense. I was wondering why Nottingham Forest on a like road that they are in the 2024 to 2026 25 season. Like why? There has to be a reason why. It's because of this connection, this West London connection. So you got Aurelio, Bowley, Gary, Ola Aina, Koyate, Musa. Get me? I'm butchering the names. It's mad why I'm butchering the names. But let's see. Obviously, three of them are from Ivory Coast. One of them is from Nigeria. You know what I mean? And one of them is four from Ivory Coast. Yeah. No, yeah, right. Three from Ivory Coast, one from Nigeria, and two from Senegal. And where is that all from? West Africa. Makes sense. I was wondering, like, that's the brotherhood that they have. Anyway, Sheffield United had Mane. That's definitely. I'm gonna get wrong. I'm gonna predict it was probably Morocco or Algeria or Tunisia, North Africa. All right, Bissoma and Sa, Mali and Senegal, and then West Ham, Mohamed Kudus and Ben Rama and God, Naif. Let me just say that his name. I've got to learn to pronounce names, man. So Ghana, Algeria, and Morocco, and then Wolves, and Ryan Honori and Trey. So one of them is definitely North London. North African. That's for certain. Okay, Algeria and Mali. See, I was right. And that's pretty much it. So when you think about it from that context, I get why some people would be upset. But again, this ain't the first. Like I said, for example, I'm sure I can go to it. No, hang on, no. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I know there's like Klopp has said something before. And it's so subtle that you wouldn't even, it's so subtle, you wouldn't even think it's a disrespect, but it's the way he said it. Like, listen. Kendrick Lamar is no, this doc's error for certain. Wow, I've been on this for nearly an hour. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. See, look.
AFCON as a little. Hi, Jurgen.
Over to Nick.
Yeah, my name is Ojoro Babatunde of OGB Sport. During your last pre-match presser, you demeanly regarded the African version of Euros AFCON as a little tournament. I think it's an insult to the players, it's an insult to the fans, it's an insult to the people, and it's an insult to the continent. And I think you owe the continent an apology.
It's all good. It was not, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean
it like that. When you get called out of your own, when you get called out and you say you didn't mean it like that, just say, hold up your responsibility and say, look, I said it, I apologize, and that's it. It's a big tournament. My players play for them, Sadio Mane, and it's so ironic that Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah ended up playing in the final, and Sadio Mane won. Which I would have won Egypt to win, but I thought I wanted Sadio Mane to win as well. But you could tell the way he played in that tournament, you can tell he had a point to prove. He had a point to prove, and it worked. Let's go.
Didn't mean it like that. I don't know why you understand it like that. To be honest,
that was what you said. I listened to the presser. That was what you said. You said a little tournament and a continent in Africa. That was what you said.
I didn't mean it like that. Okay, come on. Did you say what you say, and then I start what I want to say? But you are not.
No, I'm done. I said I think you owe the continent an apology. That's it. I'm done. That's it. Thank you.
So I'm really not. It was not even close, and not even my idea in my mind that I want to talk about AFCON as a little tournament, or about the continent of Africa like a little continent. Not at all. So what I meant is, because people said, and if you watch the full press conference, then you might have. If you wanted to understand it the right way, you could have understood it in the right way, because they said there's no international break anymore until March. And I said, oh, there's a little tournament in January. And I didn't mean a little tournament. I just mean, like you say it, when there's still a tournament. It's ironic. There's still a tournament, a big one. We lose our best players to
well, you wouldn't say that in the Heroes. You wouldn't say a little tournament. In Heroes. So I know what I mean, and I understand the context.
Native speaker. I'm not a native speaker, but if you want to understand me wrong, you can do that all the time. I really don't. I know that I never would think like this. I don't understand why you thought like this, to be honest, but that's really not okay, because I would never do that. But that's it now. It was not my intention, but you made it. You made something of it, so that's not so cool as well, to be 100% honest.
So I didn't realize the microphone was off. Like I was saying that when it comes down to it, yeah, we will look at the original comment. Like you may think, yeah, he's saying what he's saying, and he could be wrong. People might misinterpret it, but him saying that he's a native speaker, it's not. Sorry, he said like, oh, but this ain't my native language or whatever, and that says it all. That is something that will say. Do you know what I mean? That is something a blank will say. I'm not even going to say the word. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to call out people out their names or anything like that. I'm just showing you verbatim the situation of the disrespect African Cup of Nations gets. And I could go into a tangent with this and then talk about the situation with Victor Osimhen as well, with the Napoli president. But I'm just going to focus strictly on Liverpool right now. You know what I mean? Because Jamie Carragher used to play for Liverpool, and Mo Salah plays for Liverpool at this precise moment. So, you know what I mean? Mo Salah at this time played for Liverpool. You know what I mean? Like,
go to Chris to finish. Thank you. I think we've clarified it, which is it was an ironic statement. So, Chris, to finish.
so AFCON with 800 plus million viewers, not a major tournament. Are you kidding me? This is not the first time a comment undermining the AFCON has been made. In my memory serves me correct, well, Klopp once said stupid comment too. You see? You see? Everyone, like, listen, they're getting a repost for that. Anyway, Klopp has a little more respect. Hold on, let's see this one.
International break until March, I heard it so often. But in January, it's a little tournament in Africa, I just want to say. And I think Asia is playing games as well, if my numbers are right. Sorry? South America. South America as well, great. Oh, can't wait. International break until March, I heard it so often. But in January, it's a little tournament in Africa, I just want to say. And I think Asia is playing games as well, if my numbers are right.
We're going to replay that one more time. This is what he said. There's no point in trying to find a longer version of this, like a 1 minute or 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever the case may be. What he said is what he said. What he said was what he said. It's okay if you literally forgot what you said. You know what I mean? And that could be convenient if you forgot what you said. But obviously, if you know, as humans, there's going to be some things you say. You'll be like, did I say that? Okay, play it for me so I can watch what I said. And you know what I mean? And then I can hold myself accountable if I did say what you think I said. And then that's as simple as it gets. That's what he should have done. But he didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously, I know this is a few years ago, but it's still kind of ironic. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep moving.
International break until March, I heard it so often. But in January, it's a little tournament in Africa, I just want to say. And I think Asia is playing games as well, if my numbers are right. Sorry? South America. South America as well, great. Oh, can't wait.
And now, great, can't wait. Or great, or can't wait, whatever he says. That, I don't want to say whatever he says based on the fact that we want to get accurate things what's being said. It's the simple fact that he's able to try and weave his way out of it with the other comment by trying to say you misinterpreted what I said. English is not my native language, but clearly your understanding is very clear. Like, you understand clearly, you know what you're saying, and the fact that at the end, even with the Asia tournament, it's ability not just only African combination, but the Asia Cup as well. You're belittling both tournaments. You're belittling both tournaments. You know what I mean? And like, anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Leave an answer in the comment section below. And I'm not even gonna like. Oh man, it's so sad, man. It's sad. It's sad because I just feel like when it comes down to every situation, especially with football, it's such a sport that most people follow, and you know when you get things like this and you wonder why certain things exist, it's because of people like Klopp. It's if people like Jamie Carragher. They have a platform to speak, or someone gives them a platform to speak, and then they say what they say, but they're not really held accountable properly. Now, did the other guy try to hold him Jurgen Klopp accountable? He did, but it's the way he tried to. It's like he was trying to. He was very combative with it. You know what I mean? He wasn't very like. You know how they try and say he's a Mr. Nice guy, he's good on with everyone. He don't come across that way to me. I ain't gonna lie to you still. You know what I mean? You can't fool me, bruv. But anyway, let's get on to something else. We're still going to be on this particular subject, by the way, the Africa Cup of Nations situation, because this is near and dear to my heart, because I care about football and I care about Africa. You know what I mean? So this is near and dear to my heart. So let's keep it moving.